Ryan couldn't stop staring at the laptop. The recovered USB drive should have contained only one video. Instead, a new folder suddenly appeared on the screen. No one had touched the computer. Its name was simple. Subject 1. Ryan slowly clicked it. An old security recording began to play. 5 frightened children stood inside a white laboratory. Mina recognized herself immediately. Then Ryan noticed something terrifying. One of the other children looked strangely familiar. He paused the video, zoomed in, and felt his blood run cold. The child was now a student at Westbridge High. Before Ryan could tell Mina, his phone vibrated. A text message from an unknown number appeared. Stop looking for the other subjects, or Subject 5 dies next. Part 1, The Fifth Child. Ryan's hands froze above the keyboard. The message remained on his screen. Stop looking for the other subjects, or Subject 5 dies next. A second later, the text disappeared. The sender's number no longer existed. Ryan immediately disconnected the laptop from the internet. What the? His heart pounded. Someone wasn't just watching them anymore. Someone knew exactly what files they had opened. The next morning, Ryan met Mina at their usual place behind the school library. She looked exhausted. I barely slept. Ryan opened his backpack and handed her the laptop. You need to see this. Mina watched the recovered security footage in silence. 5 children stood inside a bright laboratory. Each wore identical white hospital clothing. None of them smiled. Each child had a number printed on a small tag attached to their wrist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mina stared at the smallest child. She knew that face. It was her. 5 years old. Confused. Terrified. She whispered, I don't remember any of this. Ryan paused the video. Look carefully. He pointed toward the child standing beside her. This boy. Mina leaned closer. The image was blurry. His face was impossible to recognize. Ryan frowned. There has to be a way. He opened an AI video enhancement program. Frame by frame, the old recording slowly became clearer. The children's faces sharpened. The laboratory lights brightened. Every detail hidden for years began to appear. Finally, the software finished processing. Ryan enlarged the second child's face. Mina gasped. I know him. Ryan looked at her. You've seen him? She nodded slowly. At school. He walks past me almost every morning. But I've never spoken to him. The student's name was Noah Park. Quiet. Excellent grades. Always sitting alone. No clubs. No close friends. Teachers described him as invisible. Ryan searched the school's student database. Everything looked normal. Perfect attendance. Perfect records. Perfect behavior. Almost too perfect. There are no childhood records before age 6. Ryan said quietly. It's like his entire life before that disappeared. Mina immediately thought of Ethan. His memories had been erased. Could Noah have suffered the same fate? Without wasting another minute, they hurried toward the science building. Noah always spent lunch break reading in the greenhouse behind the chemistry labs. As they approached, the bench was empty. His backpack was gone. His books had disappeared. Only a single notebook remained. Mina picked it up. Inside, every page was blank. Except the last one. Written in black ink were 6 words. Don't trust the teachers. Ryan looked around. No knew we were coming. But how? Before Mina could answer, a loud announcement echoed through the campus speakers. Attention students. Classes will end 30 minutes early today due to an emergency faculty meeting. The message repeated. Students began leaving classrooms. Teachers quickly gathered near the main building. Ryan frowned. That's strange. Mina noticed something even stranger. Principal Kim stood near the administration office. She wasn't speaking with the teachers. She was watching. The moment Mina met her eyes, Principal Kim calmly turned away and walked inside. Ryan lowered his voice. We're being distracted. Mina nodded. So while everyone is focused on the meeting, something else is happening. They rushed toward Noah's locker before the hallways became crowded. The locker door wasn't locked. Inside, there were no textbooks, no personal belongings, only a small brown envelope. Mina carefully opened it. Inside was an old photograph, the same 5 children from the laboratory. But this picture was different. Someone had drawn 3 large red X marks across 3 faces. Only 2 children remained untouched. Mina and Noah. Ryan turned the photograph over. Written on the back were 4 chilling words. He knows you're coming. Suddenly, a locker slammed shut somewhere behind them. Both of them spun around. The hallway was empty. Or so it seemed. At the far end of the corridor, a student wearing a gray hoodie quietly turned the corner and disappeared. Ryan took off running. Mina, I saw him. They sprinted through the crowded hallway, past confused students, past classrooms, down 2 flights of stairs. By the time they reached the exit, the hooded student was gone. Only one thing remained on the ground, a silver access card. Ryan picked it up. Across the front, faded black letters read, Facility BO3. Mina stared at the card. We've already found BO1. Ryan slowly looked toward the football field outside the window. His voice dropped to a whisper. How many facilities are hidden under this school? Part 2, Facility BO3. Ryan turned the silver access card over in his hand. Stamped across the back was a faded security seal, property of Project ASTER. Below it, a handwritten note, BO3 dormitory access. Mina looked at Ryan. Dormitory? Ryan nodded slowly. If BO1 was the laboratory, then BO3 might be where the subjects lived. A chill ran through Mina's body. She suddenly remembered the director's final words. Welcome home, Subject 5. He wasn't speaking metaphorically. School ended early. Students poured through the front gates, laughing and chatting as if it were just another ordinary day. But Mina and Ryan headed in the opposite direction, toward the abandoned maintenance building hidden behind the gymnasium. Unlike the entrance to BO1, this one looked newer. The vines had recently been cut away. The lock had no rust. Someone had been using it. Ryan slid the silver access card into the scanner. A soft electronic beep echoed through the quiet corridor. Access granted. The reinforced steel door slowly unlocked. Mina whispered, So, it's still active. Ryan pushed the door open. A cold draft rushed out from below. They descended another concrete staircase. This tunnel looked completely different from BO1. The walls were cleaner. Emergency lights glowed faintly every few meters. The ventilation system was still running. This place isn't abandoned, Ryan whispered. It's maintained. As they reached the bottom, another steel door stood before them, painted across it in white letters, Facility BO3. Ryan opened it carefully. The room beyond didn't resemble a laboratory. It looked like a small underground dormitory. A long hallway stretched ahead. 5 identical doors stood on either side. Each door had a metal number plate. Room 1. Room 2. Room 3. Room 4. Room 5. Mina stopped walking. Her chest tightened. There were 5 children. Ryan nodded. 5 rooms. They entered room 1. A narrow bed. A wooden desk. A small bookshelf. Everything had been left untouched for years. Dust covered every surface. A faded teddy bear rested on the bed. Mina gently picked it up. Its fur had turned gray with age. She carefully placed it back. No one spoke. Room 2 looked almost identical, except for one difference. The walls were covered with children's drawings. Most showed the same thing. 5 children holding hands, standing beneath a bright sun. But one drawing caught Mina's attention. 5 children stood together again. Only this time, one child had been completely crossed out with thick black marker. Ryan quietly said, "Someone wanted to erase them." Room 3. The air felt different. The bed was neatly made. No dust. Fresh water stood on the desk. The lights were already on. Ryan immediately raised his flashlight. Someone's living here. A wardrobe stood slightly open. Inside hung several modern school uniforms. Westbridge High. Exactly the size worn by current students. Mina slowly opened the desk drawer. Inside, she found a stack of photographs. Her hands began shaking. Every photograph showed walking to school, eating lunch, talking with Ryan, leaving the library, standing outside her house. The newest photograph had been taken this morning. Ryan stared at the pictures. "We're being followed," Mina whispered. "They're studying me." A small notebook lay beneath the photographs. Its first page contained only one sentence. "I never wanted to hurt you." No signature. Only a date. Yesterday. Ryan turned another page. Blank. Then another. Still blank. Until the final page. A rough map had been sketched by hand. An underground passage connected B01 to B03, and one location they had never seen before. A large circle marked B05. "What is B05? Ryan asked. Before Mina could answer, a loud metallic crash echoed through the hallway. The dormitory lights flickered. Then, the main entrance slammed shut. Boom! Every light turned red. Emergency alarms began flashing. A mechanical voice echoed through the speakers. Unauthorized personnel detected. Security response activated. Ryan rushed toward the hallway. The steel entrance door was sealed shut. It locked us in. Mina tried another exit. Also locked. No. Footsteps echoed somewhere beyond the corridor. Not one person. Several. Steady. Organized. Closing in. Ryan whispered, "They're coming." Then, another sound. A gentle knock. 3 slow taps. From inside, room 5. Mina and Ryan looked at each other. The room should have been empty. Another 3 knocks echoed. Someone was inside. Ryan carefully stepped toward the door. His hand reached for the handle. The knocking stopped. Silence. He slowly turned the knob. The door creaked open. The room was dark, completely silent. Then a calm voice emerged from the shadows. Close the door, unless you want the director to find you. Mina's heart nearly stopped. Someone had been waiting for them. Part 3, Subject 3. Ryan immediately closed the door behind them. The red emergency lights continued flashing outside. Footsteps echoed through the hallway. Closer. Closer. Whoever was coming knew exactly where they were. The room remained almost completely dark. Only a small desk lamp illuminated the corner. A young man slowly stepped into the light. He looked about 18. Neatly combed black hair. Calm eyes. His Westbridge High uniform was perfectly pressed. Mina recognized him instantly. Noah! The quiet student from school gave a small nod. You found me. Ryan stepped forward protectively. Who are you? Noah didn't answer immediately. Instead, he rolled up the sleeve of his uniform. On the inside of his wrist, a faded tattoo appeared. 03. Mina stared at it. Subject 3. Noah nodded. That's what they called me. Ryan lowered his flashlight. So the laboratory video was real. It was. Noah replied quietly. And everything you've discovered so far is only the beginning. Outside, the security team continued searching the dormitory. Flashlight beams passed beneath the crack of the door. Noah lowered his voice. They have less than 5 minutes before they search this room. Ryan frowned. Then tell us everything. Noah looked directly at Mina. I've waited 13 years for this moment. He opened an old metal cabinet hidden behind the desk. Inside were dozens of folders. Everyone carried the ASTER symbol. Noah placed 5 photographs on the table. The same 5 children. Only this time, each child had a name written beneath the picture. Subject 1, Ethan Reed. Subject 2, Emma Lewis. Subject 3, Noah Park. Subject 4, Lucas Kane. Subject 5, Mina Carter. Mina slowly repeated the names. So we're all real? Noah nodded. They raised us together. Ryan looked confused. Together? Noah took a deep breath. We didn't grow up in families. We grew up here. He pointed toward the underground dormitory surrounding them. This was our home. Mina felt another sharp pain in her head. A memory flashed. Children laughing, running through a hallway, drawing pictures together. A little girl hugging a teddy bear. Someone shouting. Bright white lights. Doctors. Needles. Then, darkness. She grabbed the edge of the table. Ryan quickly supported her. Mina, I'm okay. But she wasn't. The memories were returning. Little by little. Noah continued. They tested us every day. Memory. Intelligence. Fear. Trust. They wanted to create children whose minds could be controlled. Ryan clenched his fists. That's insane. It was worse than insane. Noah answered. They believed they were saving humanity. Ryan looked at the list again. What happened to Subject 2? Noah lowered his eyes. Emma never survived the final experiment. Silence filled the room. Mina whispered, I'm sorry. Noah gave a faint, sad smile. So am I. And Subject 4? Ryan asked. This time, Noah didn't answer immediately. Instead, he walked to the room's only window. Although it showed nothing but concrete walls, he stared through it anyway. Finally, he spoke. Lucas never escaped. They rebuilt him. Mina frowned. What do you mean? They erased everything that made him who he was. He remembers the project. He obeys every order. Ryan slowly understood. He's working for the director. Noah nodded. He's their hunter. A loud metallic bang echoed outside. One of the nearby doors had been forced open. The search team was getting closer. Noah quickly pulled a folded blueprint from the cabinet. I don't have much time. He spread it across the desk. It showed the underground complex beneath Westbridge High. B01. B03. Then several other sections. B04. B05. B07. The facility was far larger than Mina had imagined. This isn't just a laboratory, Ryan whispered. It's an entire underground city. Noah pointed toward the largest section. B05. That's where Phase 2 begins. Mina looked at him. What is Phase 2? Noah's expression changed. For the first time, fear appeared in his eyes. They aren't trying to recover your memories anymore. They're trying to awaken what they buried inside you. Before Mina could ask another question, every light inside room 5 suddenly went out. Complete darkness. The emergency alarms stopped. So did the footsteps. The silence felt unnatural. Then, every monitor inside the room switched on by themselves. Static covered each screen. One by one, the static disappeared. The director appeared. His face was still hidden in shadow. Only his voice filled the room. Subject 3. You've disappointed me. Noah quietly stepped in front of Mina. The director continued. You've hidden long enough. Then, for the first time, he spoke directly to Mina. Subject 5. The memories you've recovered are only the ones I allowed you to remember. The screen suddenly turned black. A heavy mechanical lock clicked somewhere deep beneath the floor. Noah's face lost all color. They've opened B05. Ryan looked at him. What does that mean? Noah whispered only 3 words. He's finally awake. Ending, the awakening. The words echoed through room 5. He's finally awake. Silence followed. Noah stood frozen, staring at the dark monitor. Ryan looked from Noah to Mina. Who's awake? Noah didn't answer. Instead, he hurried to the room's steel cabinet and pulled out a small black backpack. We have to leave. Mina grabbed his arm. Noah. Tell us the truth. Noah's hands trembled. The director never cared about recovering your memories. He only needed enough of them to trigger Phase 2. Ryan frowned. What exactly is Phase 2? Noah slowly looked at Mina. It begins when Subject 5 remembers who she really is. The emergency light suddenly switched from red to white. A calm female voice echoed throughout Facility B03. Phase 2 initialization. Every door inside the underground dormitory unlocked at once. Metal locks clicked, one after another. The sound spread through the tunnels like falling dominoes. Noah's face turned pale. They've released him. The 3 of them ran into the corridor. The hallway was empty. No guards. No alarms. Only silence. That frightened Noah even more. Ryan whispered, "Where is everyone? They're not looking for us anymore." Noah replied, "They're making room for him." As they reached the main hallway, Mina suddenly stopped. A sharp pain exploded inside her head. She dropped to one knee. Images flashed through her mind. A white laboratory. 5 frightened children. Daniel Carter shouting at someone. A steel door closing. A little boy crying. Then, a teenage boy standing in front of her. His face became clearer. Black hair. Gray eyes. Expressionless. His wrist carried the number 04. Mina gasped. I know him. Noah immediately turned around. You remembered Lucas. Mina looked up. He was there. He smiled at me. Before they took him away, a slow clap echoed through the tunnel. 1, 2, 3. The sound came from the darkness ahead. Ryan raised his flashlight. A tall figure stepped into the light. Westbridge High School uniform. Perfect posture. Cold gray eyes. Not a single emotion crossed his face. Noah whispered, Lucas. The young man looked at Mina. For several long seconds, he simply stared. Then he smiled. Not warmly. Mechanically. Almost like he had been taught how to smile. His voice was calm. Hello, Mina. It's been 13 years. Ryan stepped in front of Mina. Stay back. Lucas ignored him. His eyes never left Mina. The director was right. You've started remembering. Mina whispered, What did they do to you? Lucas tilted his head slightly. They removed everything unnecessary. My fear. My family. My past. He took one slow step forward. And now, I'm here to bring you home. Before Lucas could move again, a loud explosion shook the tunnel. Dust fell from the ceiling. A smoke grenade rolled across the floor. The corridor filled with thick white smoke. Someone grabbed Mina's hand. Run! It was Noah. The three of them disappeared into a narrow maintenance tunnel while Lucas remained standing inside the smoke. He made no attempt to chase them. Instead, he quietly spoke into a hidden communication device. Subject 5 has recovered approximately 22% of her memories. A brief pause. Then the director's voice answered. Excellent. Lucas asked, Do you want me to capture her? The director replied, Not yet. She's walking exactly where we need her to. Far beneath Westbridge High, inside the deepest level of the Astor complex, a massive reinforced chamber slowly opened. Steam poured from the doorway. Rows of monitors came to life. Scientists in white coats silently watched the chamber. One monitor displayed Mina's heartbeat. Another displayed her brain activity. A third showed a percentage climbing steadily. Memory recovery, 23%. The director stood behind the glass observation window. Without taking his eyes off the screen, he quietly said, Prepare facility BO5. Subject 5 is finally coming home.